Respected delegates, guest speaker, dignitaries, good morning one and all. I, Dr. G. Umarani, Associate Professor, Coordinator of EDC Cell, on behalf of RBVRR Women's College of Pharmacy, welcome you all to the webinar on the occasion of World Entrepreneurs Day, August 2021. On the occasion of World Entrepreneurs Day, we are conducting a rating competition as well as guest lecture. So today here with us, Guru Prasad, DN, Managing Director, Inspiral Meditech Private Limited, to share his experiences and strategies that employee become a successful entrepreneur. Now I request Dr. Sudha Parimala to introduce our today's speaker.
Thank you, Umarani. It's my pleasure to introduce Sri Guru Prasad DN to the audience. Guru Prasad did his B.Pharm from Sri Siddhaganga College of Pharmacy, Tumkur, and later he did his M.Pharm in Pharmacognosy from Government College of Pharmacy, Bangalore. After that, he joined as a production executive at SmithKline Beacon Private Limited at Mysore. After that, he went to Saudi Arabia and worked there as a clinical pharmacist. Later on, he came back to India and joined Sri Siddhaganga College of Pharmacy as a lecturer. There he worked for around 5 years. After that, he joined as a specialist scientific content in Sims, where he worked for around 2 to 3 years. After that, he joined as a head of the medical communications at Prevalence Research Private Limited. Later on, with this solid experience and his ability and his interest for the entrepreneurial ability, he co-founded the Inspiral Meditech Private Limited. Now he is the managing director of the company, and successfully he has been running this company for the past 10 years. Now I request Sri Guru Prasad to take over the session.
Good morning to you all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yeah, shall we sail through?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, my name is Guru Prasad. As the introduction has gone, I'm just working. I've started my own company called Inspiral Meditech Private Limited. If you're all able to see the screen, the company name is Inspiral Meditech Private Limited. We stand with the 3 words: IN from innovation, SP from speed, and REL from reliability. So we truly stand with this particular. We have stood also for the past 10 years. We have an unscathed record of deliveries of the projects on time, every time for the past 10 years. It's a decade of entrepreneurial journey. So I would like to sail you through few things. That is what we do. What is basically, this particular thing is called medical communication. Our company does business in what is called as medical communications in the market. So what is it? Why? What do we do there? How do we do there? All these things will be discussed in probably a half an hour. I'll sail you through these slides, and if you have got any point at any point of time, if you have anything to ask, you can really feel free to ask at any point of time. So this is what is my company name, called Inspiral Meditech Private Limited. So this is the business what we carry on is called as medical communications. I just would like to see and say what is medical communications, why medical communication is necessary, and how this particular thing is done. What inputs that we give to the market and the pharma companies as such. So the basic thing, I hope you're all you're all able to see the slides. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. See, one of the basic needs of humans is communication. So we are now living in what has been called as the communication age. We have moved on from this first level of inscription to the age of Twitterati. Now we have Twitter. For everything we tweet and we say our feelings and our expressions. So what is medical communication as such? It is basically medical communication is one particular type of communication which helps to bridge the gap between the healthcare professionals and the pharmaceutical companies in a changing healthcare environment through different media. The media may be print, it may be print media, or it may be electronic media, or it is sometimes live meetings. So, in short, it's a consultancy service to the pharmaceutical industry to help raise the awareness of the old medicines as well as the new medicines that come up into the market. Here we see two type of things. Here, what is in what is called as medical communication, we see two categories. One is which is not customized, one which is customized. In the broad spectrum or the broad world, medical communication encompasses these two particular things. So one is non-customized or not customized, and the other one is customized. What we mean by not customized is which goes with the documentation. That is the good manufacturing practice documentation, where these several reports are basically prepared for regulatory submission of the drug approvals in different countries. So they prepare dossiers, they prepare clinical study reports and other things. So this one particular thing is called as not customized medical writing or regulatory medical writing in precise, in a trivial name. So the other part is medical communications, where it is typically customized to a client. We customize it. Basically, what is the requirement of the client? We ask them. So we prepare what is a systematic review. If it is a conference, we prepare the conference abstract. We prepare the slide kits. We prepare videos. There are websites. There are teaching materials. There are newsletters and print materials and electronic materials, a lot of such things. So all these things encompass and make what is called as medical communications. And in a small, in a nutshell, we are agencies serving the pharmaceutical industry to provide expert consultancy on anything from regulatory documentation to market, to anything that needs to be done to market a drug, whether it's an old drug or a new drug. So why? What is the need that a pharmaceutical industry has to hire an external consultant? Basically, any company, if they want to put in a complete unit of the medical communication part as such, it makes a lot of burden for them, because it might not be necessary all the time, or the need may not be there all the time. So they feel it as a financial sense to outsource these works to external consultants. So in the short sense, it is a financial sense to the pharmaceutical industry that they hire external consultants, what we are called as agencies, medcom agencies, in short. Why? What is the necessary that we need to have a medcom, medical communication? In short, we call it as medcom. It is an effective marketing support tool to the medical representative. See, when you see any doctor, see, whenever there is a new drug that is introduced to the market, that needs to be educated to a doctor. So a representative just walks into a company, a doctor's chamber, and then he need to enlighten and update about this particular drug, new drug or old drug, any new conditions that an old drug also is basically researched into, or the launch of a new drug, something like this. So it's an educational material about the new product to doctors. It is also an innovative tool because doctors have very little time nowadays. They are too busy. So we create something innovative so that the doctor finds just 1 or 2 seconds or 1 or 2 minutes or 5 minutes of the time in their busy, bustling practice day. So they get to know about the new drug. It is sometimes we prepare some mobile applications. It's a one access point to doctors. Some interesting cases. See, specialists will have all information regarding the new drug, but the general practitioners practice in the remote area of the country or some villages. They may really do not have, say, supposing he's a very good practitioner, but he doesn't have the information regarding the latest drug or latest guidelines. There are a lot of things that he needs to update. They're also called as continuing medical education series. There is something called as a continuing medical education series for the doctors, so that they get into these things, they get credits for this particular thing, and they tend to update themselves. So in such cases, we help these general practitioners by giving them live case reports or any therapy perspectives like dosages, brands, the new brands that are available in the market, or some ready reckoners like pocket handbook, guidelines, a new diagnosis, something. Say, for example, everybody knows about COVID now. So we are all in this particular COVID era. So what needs to be done? So what is the real guidelines that is given by ICMR or the WHO? All these things will reach them. So all these things are given by a pharmaceutical industry or a pharmaceutical company rather to the doctors. We are an interface between the pharmaceutical industry and the medical fraternity. So it's an informative demonstrative tool even to the patients. Sometimes we prepare such inputs where the doctors give it to the patients. I'll also show one or two samples so that you'll be able to understand what it is. It's an effective brand building support to the pharma company. And if there is any new product launch, we also help the pharma company in this particular aspect. And then, in short or in a nutshell, we say we are an interface between pharma companies and doctors. We also cater to the patient population through the doctors. And what do we do? What does Inspiral Meditech does? What do we do basically? See, we help in number one, we help in product launches. We give complete input for a new company, for a company to to launch a new brand. So we help them to prepare the brand plan. We help them to prepare brand building. If it's an old brand, we help them to revive that particular brand. And in the meantime, we also give them mechanism of action of videos, how the particular drug, if there is a new drug that is introduced into the market, how would it perform? It basically acts. What is the pharmacology? All these things are taken care here. And we also do the brand videos. These are called brand reminder videos. Of late, we just give the pharma companies always tend to keep the doctors informed with some brand reminders. So now things have gone a lot of, we are in the electronic age. So we prepare a lot of brand reminder videos and also the CMEs. CME in the sense it is called as continuing medical education. So as I told you earlier, there are some new things which the doctor should understand, or these we prepare the PowerPoint slides which some of the doctors, they are also called as KOLs. They are key opinion leaders. That means a big doctor, a very big doctor in that area who's got a very good practice, he is considered as a key opinion leader. So he would put in some of the inputs he has to in conferences, for example. There'll be some conferences where he expresses his, say, for example, it's a surgery or it's a new method of that he has introduced in one particular technique in surgery or something else, a new therapy which he has taken care and he has introduced and he has been successful. The KOL, the key opinion leader, he tends to deliver this particular information to other doctors. So he needs slides. So that is also called as the CMEs or the PowerPoint presentations. So we prepare that also, and we also prepare applications. We also help in social media propagation from the pharmaceutical industry to the doctors. We are also helping in the conference management. I'll show you all the samples so that you will be able to understand. We also do the KOL management. That means we prepare the slides where the key opinion leaders talk in some conferences. Sometimes we also help in arranging the conferences for big pharma companies. And customer relationship management. This is a new thing in the pharma industry, wherein pharma companies take care of the doctors, and it's actually a new thing that has come out. So they help in giving all facilities to doctors. They help in doing arrangement of all these trips and other things. But now this is actually it's a red eye in the eyes of the government of India. So this also people do, and ultimately it's a physician-patient interface. We prepare all the details. So is it clear going through? Are you understanding?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So what do we do? I'll just sail you through quickly. So we help. I'll just see these are the things that we all do. I'll sail you through what is all these things with examples very quickly. Say for example, it's brand plan and brand building. See, I've prepared a small information about the brand plan. So what is that we do basically is a pharma company comes up with a new brand. Say for example, this is called as a molecule oriconazole. It is an antifungal. So they want to do a brand plan for this. So they really approach us. See, this is what, say, Guru Prasad, we are doing this. We want to launch this new brand. Some other companies also have done, or they say no, there is no such introduction in the market at all. We are doing it for the first time. So, but it is available outside the market, that is outside India. So we are doing it. We want to launch it now. So we prepare a brand plan for them. So what could be done? So we suggest them what can be done, what should be done, or periodically. Say for example, it is a monthly input that they give the doctors, or it's a quarterly input, it's a half yearly input, or it is a continuous series, whether it's in 15 days. All these things we plan. This is called as a brand plan. We say, supposing we tell them we can prepare a leave behind literature, we can prepare a guideline, we can talk some top doctor who has already used this abroad. We will ask them to give a guest lecture on this. So all these things come under what is called as brand plan. This is a part of brand building process. Then, say for example, if there is an old brand, say I've just taken information about rosuvastatin. Rosuvastatin is a very old brand. So they say, what is something new? They approach us. See, is there anything new that we can see? There would be this. The pharma company would have this rosuvastatin as a blockbuster brand. So they ask us, see if just find out something new has come out in rosuvastatin. Can we re-promote this particular brand? So in such cases, we tend to ask them. So what do we do? So we will take the entire information. So we will say, we will go through PubMed, we will go through all the clinical data that is available, and we will come to one particular conclusion. We say, see, for example, rosuvastatin and aspirin, there are no combination clinical trials at all. If you see in the West, there is a lot of importance given to human clinical trials. In India, there is one particular problem, should I say. If we need to introduce a drug combination, it is very easy to introduce in India. The Indian Drug Controller General of India says, if you want to introduce a combination product, you should have clinical trials of that particular combination. If it is there, it is okay. If it is not there, the individual drug that is there should be approved by DCGI. Say in this case, rosuvastatin and aspirin is a combination. If you see the foreign countries, there is no such brand called as rosuvastatin and aspirin in the same drug. But in India, we can find rosuvastatin and aspirin in one combination. Why? Because rosuvastatin is approved as an independent drug. Aspirin is also basically approved as an independent drug. So in such cases, we tell them, see, there are no clinical trials. See, rosuvastatin plus fenofibrate, there are no recent abstracts at all from 2014. So no new things are done. So we tend to tell the client such things can be done. We can try to promote with a good brand reminder or a video or an animation. So these are the things we help in brand revival. Coming to the mechanism of action of videos. So as a part, as I said, these are high-end 3D animations that we prepare. So it is about the mechanism of action of a new drug. So I'll just brief you. I'll briefly run you through this video just to see how we have done. This is about a animation.
Seborrheic dermatitis is a chronic inflammatory disorder affecting seborrheic-rich areas. Lipophilic yeasts of the Malassezia genus and environmental factors contribute to this disorder. Scalp seborrhea varies from mild dandruff to dense, diffuse, and adherent scales. Ketoconazole, in combination with zinc parentheone, is commonly used in shampoo base to treat seborrheic dermatitis. Most of the dirt, including sebum, are water insoluble and cannot be effectively removed by water alone. Hence, surfactants play a key role as cleansing agents.
So these are the high-end animations which we do basically to deliver to a doctor and say how this particular shampoo is helpful. So these are some of the animations that we do. So there are a lot of things. Quickly, I'll tell you through. And this is also one of the information. This is a high-end 3D animation. This is about ivabradine, a drug which is helpful to bring down the heart rate. So such videos we do and deliver to the doctors. This is the latest one which we did for Dr. Reddy's. So it is about a new drug. Basically, this particular drug is called pidotimod, which is not there, which is available in India as of now. Only this particular company is launching this brand. So this is a very high-end 3D animation which we did, and it completely says how the mechanism of action of pidotimod is going through.
Chronic obstructive lung disease, also called COPD, is one of the leading causes of mortality and morbidity worldwide. COPD affects more than 55.3 million people in India. COPD is the second leading cause of death in India, killing 9,58,000 Indians. In COPD, innate and adaptive immunity is compromised due to exposure to pollution and smoke. Changes in innate immunity include decreased epithelial integrity, antimicrobial peptides, dendritic cell maturation marker CD83, and activity of natural killer cells or NK cells, and increased number of alveolar macrophages release M2 markers, leading to increased inflammation resulting in lung damage. Changes in adaptive immunity include increased T regulatory cells and pro-inflammatory cytokines, decreased CD4-CD8 ratio, CD3, and decreased antibodies production due to decreased secretion of mucosal immunoglobulin or IgA. Together, reduced innate and adaptive immunity increases susceptibility to recurrent infections and exacerbation of COPD. It also increases recovery time in COPD patients. Pidotimod is a synthetic dipeptide which improves adaptive and innate immunity by multiple mechanisms of action. Pidotimod improves ciliary function, increases dendritic cell maturity, increase of natural killer cells activity, increases phagocytosis and chemotaxis. Pidotimod also upregulates TLR2. Pidotimod improves TH1-TH2 balance, improves TH-TS ratio by upregulation of CD3 on T cells, improves IgA, IgG, and reduces IgE, It upregulates human leukocyte antigen DR isotype and improves TC Rossets. These effects of predator mode helps to reduce the number and severity of exacerbations, hospitalizations, and antibiotic usage. Predator mode also improves quality of life in COPD patients.
So apart from these, we also tend to give some brand reminder videos to companies. So this is one of them. It's a 2D animation. It's a small thing telling about the environmental day. In the end, we just give this as a brand reminder. So this is a product launch video.
Good health, the most easily forgotten concept in the
Which we have
busy
done for
bustling
TTK
routine
Healthcare.
life. Maintaining good health by improving one's immunity is now the new normal and a major key to a happier life after COVID-19. TTK Healthcare has launched a power-packed immunity and energy booster enriched with micronutrients. Also Pan-Active tablets with citrus bioflavonoids, ginseng, zinc, vitamin C, and 18 other evidence-based vital nutrients. Doctor, we request you to pass on the benefits of Osopan Active tablets to all your patients. Osopan Active boosts physical and mental energy levels to ensure overall good health. Osopan Active comes as chocolate-flavored tablets with tablet-in-tablet technology for better stability of all ingredients. Osopan Active complements and adds value to prescription. Doctor, we can help your prescription.
So these are some of the things that we do, and this is a small short brand reminder wherein we just incorporate a brand reminder together with. So sorry. It's a brand reminder together with some animations included in it. It's a short reminder. See, this particular thing we have developed as anticipating the third wave of COVID and how it should be treated in children. So this is a small animated depiction. That is a 2D animation. What do the experts say? What does the protocol say? And what the doctor should keep in mind, and what are the guidelines to be followed by the doctor. In addition to this particular animation can also be given by the doctor to the patients, kids as such. Just have a look. These are the protocols that are given by AIMS and JIPMER Pondicherry. I hope you're all able to see the video.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Yeah. You're all able to see the videos, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. some of the animations that we do. So this will be so helpful and easy also for the doctors to pass it on to the kids, so that they'll also easily understand, yes, what needs to be done from my side and what the doctor says and all these things. These are such videos that we passed on to the pharma industry. And apart from this, we do CMEs, what is called as continuing medical education. These are very high-end, which goes to very high-end, top-end doctors. They are called as the key opinion leaders. This is one particular thing in urothelial cancer. And Merck is my biggest client, where I do all these things for almost every month. We do around 5 to 6 such CMEs. So if you just have a look, it goes like this. We prepare such slides, and it goes. Say, for example, this is on one particular in fertility. So we are comparing, this is one particular study which has been carried out. It is a combination of a recombinant follicle stimulating hormone versus the highly purified urinary human menopausal gonadotropin in ART, that is assistant reproductive technology treatment. It's a study that has gone, undergone in Germany, sponsored by Merck. So we do such things. We give them complete information about the study as such. This is what is called as a CME slides. The next one is, this is also the same. This is an algorithm for artificial intelligence in reproductive medicine. So what is it? We say about what is AI in reproductive medicine. This is the latest thing that is happening, artificial intelligence. It has come down even to reproductive medicine. So there are different algorithms that are based, wherein it helps the infertile couples to conceive easily. So we just give all these things, timelines, what is being happening, what is machine learning in ART, all these information. This is a typical presentation that is given for top class experts, IVF specialists, reproductive people, practicing reproductive endocrinology and other things. Apart from this, we also do this, develop apps. We have developed one particular app called as Pulmolinks, which is a guide to pulmonologists. It contains all information about pulmonology. What all latest things that is there in pulmonology, it is there in this particular app. So this is just, I've given a screenshot of all this app. Apart from this, we also help in social media promotion. For Alembic, we have prepared such things. It's a small gist of what is for example, what is high loading dose of rosuvastatin. Dr. Anjanlal Lutha is DM in cardiology and ex-Cardiology Society of India president. So experts message on rosuvastatin. This is what is called as a brand revival. Okay, this is high loading dose in ACS, acute coronary syndrome, and PCI, that is coronary vascularization. So this is what is a high loading dose of rosuvastatin, and what about the continuing high dose after PCI, how much should be done. So all these things. So this is a social media propagation that we help in do. This is about conference management. In the last AICOG, that is All India Gynecological Congress, that was held in Bangalore, we helped the Corona Remedies to install a complete stall. Okay, these things also we do. This we did it in Epicon, Mumbai, that is an annual physician conference for Alchem. And apart from this, we do KOL management. That is these are top class speakers in vertigo. So they come and give the master, their speech about their practice in therapy, that is vertigo, what they have done, what they have seen new in vertigo. So these are top class KOLs, that is they are called as key opinion leaders. We help in preparing slides for them. This is for BMJ. I am actually a content partner for BMJ, wherein I help in preparing these slides, what the speakers do. So this is part of KOL management, key opinion leader. And then we deliver such print inputs. So this is a newsletter. This is about the interesting cases in vertigo that we have done for a Spanish company. This is a newsletter in reproductive medicine for Merck. this is what is a patient education translated leaflet about antibiotic use. And these are some caricatures also we do. We do some caricatures for kids so that the doctor gives it to the kids. And how do we prepare this print and video inputs? We take the information from the company. We prepare a Word draft in a Word document. We send it to the client approval. They send their changes, suggestions if anything is there. We design it, and we also take a digital print. We give the proofreading, and we print and deliver. In the meantime, we should really not cut and paste the entire thing. We do a lot of work taking out from the PubMed. I hope all of you are aware of PubMed. So we take the entire clinical data information from PubMed, Google, and we have access to all the journals that are available in the world. So if sometimes we take the subscription, sometimes we don't take the subscription, we will buy the articles and see that there is no plagiarism, and we don't cut and paste whatever is there in the article. We rephrase it, rewrite, and whatever is necessary for us, we do it. And similarly, we also do for the video. We take the entire information. So we prepare a small draft. That is, we do the voiceover first, and then we combine all the animations that are available in the net. We prepare some of the animations, and then we present it as a video and deliver to the client. What are the achievements? You can say, what is happening? So what do? You do all these things just for money and other things. No. See, such things really help the companies to a very great extent. See, we did this was a brand launch for a company called Exceltis. The brand was Tablance. It is a drug used in treatment of vertigo, contains beta-histine and ginkgo biloba and other combinations here. Okay. See, we continuously started giving support to the brand by giving the newsletters, the KOL. This is a KOL opinion. This is one opinion by Dr. Ashokan. He is a top DM in neurology. He has used this particular drug and he gives his experience. So this is what is called as a KOL opinion. We give this as an opinion. We print it and give it to the other doctors. So they also help in practicing the therapy and using this particular brand. See, we started off just within 1 year. This was launched in 2014. Within 1 year, it was a 7.8 crore brand. And then there was one more particular drug called as stomach BC. It is used in menorrhagia, a drug which gave a continuous brand support by case histories, newsletters. This particular brand was ranked #1 brand for marketing excellence in chronic category, that is chronic disease category, the Golden Award. This particular brand manager received the award. So we also help in achieving their goals and setting the company sets their own targets. They have their own marketing strategies, how the brand should fare. Ultimately, everybody is making money, not only interested in making money, they see that their brand tops. Say, for example, if you say today, everybody says, what you should take for COVID, they say $650. So $650 is which company brand? That is a Microlabs brand. So they work a lot. They have worked a lot to see that $650. Take one $650, everybody says. So this is how we are at the back of this particular pharma industry or a pharma company or a brand helping their achievements to come through. So now the point is why and how to choose a career in Medcom. Why you should choose. See, why join? There are several agencies, Medcom, medical communication agencies. You can just really get in. But the prima facie factor is that at least you should have a master's in pharmacy degree, wherein you will have information of learning to prepare. See, in master's in pharmacy, you would have prepared one dissertation and presented it to the university, so that you will have information about how the research goes, what is collecting data information for the publication, and all these things. You would have that research concept. So at least it is really good if you have a minimum master's in pharmacy degree. So when it comes to broad experience, it's a very real good place to start your career. We write high quality scientific content for the wide range of materials that a Medcom agency produces. But the first thing is that you need to have is you should like science and you should like writing. Then only you can become a very good medical writer. So what is this? Medical writer basically talks with experts. He talks to the client. He prepares primary papers, reviews, case studies, conference material, newsletter, product monograph. He helps in preparing websites, videos, slide kits, and all these things. See, this particular man plays a very central role This is how even when I was working in the company called SIMS, that is CMP Medica, see, we play a lot. I got this entrepreneurial ability there because I interacted with every particular department there. See, we talk to designers, we talk to editors, we talk to account manager, we talk to project manager. We do all these things. Then that means we have an overall capability. If you become a medical writer, you can really become a wonderful person liaising with all other departments. See, if you start your career as a medical writer, if you have that passion, see, one day you'll be writing a highly technical document, and then the next day you'll be using all your creative powers to summarize the entire document into just one diagram, or you will develop a video, or you will develop a CME. So there are a lot of topics. See, for today, you tell the topic that I have not touched, whether it is gynecology, whether it is cardiology, whether it is oncology, any particular field of therapy in medicine I have worked on. So we have the information about the latest research, latest guidelines that is published, and what is latest happening in the pharma field. You should have some common characters, but these are not in any particular order. You should be really an established scientist within yourself. You should be a good listener. You should enjoy writing. You should have excellent research skills. Research skill is taking out the information or the data. You should be comfortable with statistics and also thick skin. Sometimes people, they say, what you have written, this is crap. Everybody knows. So such things should not happen. You should not feel bad at such cases. So there are people who are very harsh in the industry also. So we need to be thick-skinned. So apart from being a medical writer, we have a lot of things that we have in the particular medical communication agency that we can also do. Once you have the capacity to write well and manage entire field, you can become an account manager, or you can become a medical editor. You can become the entire project manager. So all these things are also possible. So you can take, as and how you grow, you can take better roles. So for, say, with your case, you will be a lecturer first, then assistant professor. With experience, you become associate, then you become a professor, then a principal, vice principal, or a principal. In the same manner, this is also, there are a lot of responsibilities that can be taken. So why I chose a career in Medcom? See, every day is different. You work with different therapeutic areas. You meet amazing people. You meet a lot of people from the industry. You take their experience, their inputs, valuable inputs, learn the new areas about science and therapy, what is new happening. You contribute to brand building, help the brand of a company to build. It's a continuous learning. Every day is new. Every project is new for me. It's a great personal satisfaction. And above all of this, there's huge money. Ultimately, everybody earns for money. So this is the major thing that is driving the force. So with this, I just come to a small presentation. This is my clientele. It's probably very few companies that I've not worked with in India. See, there is something called, I've directly taken purchase order from 20 of these companies. Mark, UCB, TTK, Raptacos, Alchem, Masters, and you name any company in India. Probably we have taken I've worked directly with these companies. And I'm a content partner for these medical publication agencies. Walter Kluwer, ultimately it was brought over by Springer. I've worked for BMJ, British Medical Journal, and also this JP Publications in India. And there's something called as ghostwriting. There are a lot of friends who help me, who ask for my help. Please, can you do this work? Can you just help me? I'm also doing in the same field. I'm unable to write. There is dearth for writing good content. So in such cases, I've worked really for all these companies. Abbott, Cipla, Alchem, Maris, Corona, you name all these companies. And I have 2 international clients. Merck is my biggest client, Takeda Pharmaceuticals from Japan. So in all, I worked for total 38 companies in the past 10 years. So with this small information, I come to the end of the presentation. If you have any questions, you're very, very free to ask. And it's a real open book. I can share anything, right from my salary to my business, gross margins, anything. Am I clear? Any doubts? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a brief thing that I have taken through. So anything you want, anybody can ask.
Yeah, one thing is, apart from your intellectual ability to do the work, what other investments, how much it takes? Because if anybody wants to come into this, like, what is the initial
See, first thing,
investment like?
no, the first thing that what you're supposed to do is you can't become an entrepreneur overnight. So you
Yeah.
need to have an experience. You need to take the information just at least for 1 or 2 years. You have to work with such agencies wherein you prepare yourself. First thing is that you have to enter as a medical writer into a company. You should have a zeal to write. First, prima facie, that is a necessity for any person to be a medical writer, is you should have the zeal to write. You should be able to understand what is being put in the medical paper, that is the published papers and scientific content, journals, what you see in the journal publications. So first thing is that you should have that information. Then you need to work at least for 1 or 2 years or maximum. I just worked for 2 years. So within that short span, I was able to pick up all this particular thing. And from there, you can really start off. The first thing is that you'll have to invest. We just started off with 3 computers and a very meager investment of just 1 lakh. Just one.
Great. Okay.
All that we need
Okay.
is an internet connection, a good office space, a registration that you need to do a private limited company or a partnership or LLP that is left in you. So all that you need is a very minimal investment. All
Okay.
that is is your intellectual
Yeah,
capacity.
major is this and minor is your okay. Got it. And there is one question from our principal madam.
Yeah.
Like, is there any criteria to accept the content what you are providing to the companies?
No, basically what we write goes to the medical team in that particular pharmaceutical company. So when I write something, say for example a small newsletter, every line is referenced. Every single line is referenced. So nothing is that what I give independently. So everything, as I write a line, there'll be a reference below. So we send that particular draft initially to the pharma company. There'll be a separate medical team. They evaluate all these things. They also thoroughly undergo whether the referencing is correct or whether it is, as I said, it's a cut and paste. And there should not be any plagiarism. All these things they also do from their internal end, and then they say that yes, it is fine. If they say no, this is not right, we will change. Usually it doesn't happen. Ours is minimal turnaround time. Once we give, it's accepted. So that is the protocol we have followed, and it basically comes by experience.
It means like how.
There is no such standards as such. There is no regulatory body which says no, this should see. If you go to a foreign country also, there is no such regulatory body which says no, this should not be written, that should not be written. You should not give a false claim. If you have a claim to make, that should be clearly justified by scientific evidence. If you make a false claim, the companies will sue you to the court. This has happened in India also.
Yeah, then madam is continuing her question, like what are the sources for the content what you write?
Yeah, we use PubMed. PubMed is our bread and butter. If we don't have PubMed, our business is shut down. Clearly, we'll have to put on the shutters. So PubMed is the first particular thing that we rely upon, and other thing is Google and all other publication sites. Say whether it is Elsevier or any other company, you name, all these publication sites, right? So all these things we use every particular this one. BMC, BMJ, we use you name anything. All these publications, we buy publications from them or we have subscription from them. So all these things are there. We take the information from there only. See, even when you see the publications, even if you have worked, there is something called as a Creative Commons license that the publisher gives, wherein you can free to take the information, adapt and write, provided the entire information is you give credit to the authors. Whereas some publications you cannot take. You need a permission to reprint and reuse them. So we even in such cases, we take only few things, try to rephrase. Say, for example, there is a table that is given, we prepare it into a graph. So these are the things that we alter and see that there is no plagiarism in the content.
You mean to say just like how we write theses, like quoting each and every reference for each and every line? That's what.
This is customized. This is customized. We customize
Yeah,
it to only one particular area.
yeah.
Typically the same thing.
You can write the content according to the need of the customer without changing the overall aspect of the theme, what is there in the article or journal or somewhere where you are
Absolutely.
extracting. Oh,
Absolutely.
okay.
We also need to mention about the side effects, the adverse reactions, everything. Not just say that the drug is good and it is a miracle drug. No. If something is wrong, we have to say, for example, the creatinine clearance has to be taken. In such particular elderly patients, we'll have to monitor the drug. So the physician complete monitor should be there. All these things also have to be mentioned. We do it in the video also.
Means each and every word you need to be carefully written and
Extremely careful.
yes.
It's not a joke. Every line should be written extremely careful. It
Yeah,
goes for
there is
the
one.
also.
Yeah, there is one more question from Dr. Umarani. How to approach the companies? Like once you start, you think that you are starting and you are establishing
Yeah,
yourself
see,
as a.
I'll tell you my experience. See, we started off a company. See, as I said, I came back from Saudi Arabia and was a teacher for 5 years in lecturer in Saudi College of Pharmacy. And I really thought, don't feel bad. I really thought for my capacity, this was a stagnant job. So I came out. So at 35 years, I was married with 2 kids. I came out. I took a huge risk, but I had the capacity. I said I can do something. So I came out and I did. I entered into a company called CMP Medica, which where they published the SIMS handbook, even to the drug handbook. So there I worked there as a specialist content for scientific communication for 2 years. I got the entire information and worked in all departments as a medical writer. So I had a liaison. And within just 2 years, I came out and I started a company. So this I'll tell you my entrepreneurial journey. It is really tough. We came out. There were 3 partners. We entered into a liaison with a venture capitalist. He gave us just 10% of the stake, but he gave a good salary of 60,000 per month. So we thought we can do something. So within 9 months, then he started showing his venture capitalist ideas. So from scratch, we came up to a business of 10 lakhs just within 9 months. It is not a joke. We established a company. We had a marketing. We took a marketing team. We went to people. We just went across. Across the India. We went into all companies. We talked to the marketing team, and by 9 months we were able to do almost 10 lakhs of business. But the venture capitalist said, from next month I want 20 lakhs business. That's practically impossible. That is absurd and lunatic. So we said, so we can't do it. See, it's our bread and butter, our sweat, and we were working for somebody else. So we came out. We came out and we started. See, again, this is my third company which I've started. The first one is Provenance Research India Private Limited. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. Today I may earn in lakhs, but when we started off, we didn't have anything. It was zero, no earnings. So whatever small things that I had earned, I had kept it as a small chunk, wherein that should not disturb me and my family. So first company was Provenance Research India Private Limited under a venture capitalist. Number 2, after coming out, we started a company called MediMinds Research Private Limited. There were 3 partners in that. When there were 3 partners, 2 of them were silent. Only I was working. So it was a 33% partnership, wherein 66% just ate. They kept silent and ate. 33 was working all the time. So this 33% and working all the time, I said, no, that is enough. So I work and somebody else eat. No, that is really not good. Not correct also. So anybody can put in money. Today we have a lot of companies putting money and taking the funding. You can see India has gone to a very top level in entrepreneurial abilities. You can see all different companies. You name any company. So there are a lot of funding. But that is a different aspect. This is a different aspect. These were investors who were supposed to work. They didn't work. So I said, there is no fun. So I came out again from there, just 1.5 years. From the start of a company, just imagine, when I started the second company, it was zero. We did 67 lakhs business in 1 year. Okay, I came out. I left that company and said, no, this is not right. I came out and again, I started another company called Inspiral Meditech Private Limited, which is purely mine. So there, now we have done crores of business. So this is how being an entrepreneur is not so easy. But it is also not difficult if you have that grit and determination. So this is what is a small journey. So you don't need to have very huge investments like crores of rupees. No, not necessary. 1 lakh. A small, maybe around in today's time, probably one good office and a good team to start off. Even that we didn't do. I just had one person as a marketing guy. We started off, when I started Inspiral Meditech, I started off the business with 1 lakh per month from one particular company called Walters Kluwer. We just gave the writing content to them. Just writing content to them. Then slowly we expanded. TTK Healthcare was one of the first company which supported us. Then we expanded huge. I've told you, I've worked with now 38 companies.
It's a lot.
Come again, ma'am? I'm not here.
No. It is the work which speaks a lot. After 1 year, you may have struggle. Yeah. Afterwards, people will come to you. You need not go in search of people.
Now, that's what I'm telling. Now I want to stop. The client said, no, don't stop. You do.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard, that you want to stop and you're fed up of like everything.
So fed up, it's enough. That we have earned. So ultimately, what do you need? You need money, good money, happy life, settlement, everything. So everything is done. You need to relax. I'm 48 now. I'm just 48 and say I have the capacity to retire. So which means that we have worked a lot. We have worked a lot. We have also earned a lot.
That's what made me go shock. Like at 48, Guru Prasad is saying it's enough.
We have won. No, at some point of time, there should be a full stop, ma'am. It's not that. But now, as I say, the clients are happy. So from 38 clientele, just imagine, today I'm just working for only 7 to 8 clients. That's all. I have downsized myself. They pay well, those who really pay well on time. So we work only for them. See, it's not easy. See, today we send the data. We get the payment only after 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, which means 3 months or 4 months. So we should have the capacity to sustain those 4 months. It's not like end of the day an assistant professor or a vice principal or a principal gets a salary. No, we'll have to wait for 3-4 months. We have to have the sustaining capacity. But we do business in lakhs. When we do business in lakhs, it is a continuous process.
Yes.
So money keeps coming every month.
Yeah.
But we should be ready to wait for 3 to 4 months.
Okay. Now I hand over the session to Dr. Umarani.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. It was a wonderful session, sir.
Thank you.
We are getting huge responses that people are very interested. So, Laya, Vama given, wow, great, sir.
Okay.
See posing responses. So, thank you very much, sir, for accepting our invitation, sparing time with us, and sharing your experiences very nicely, interestingly, and motivating us and encouraging us. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
And on behalf of IIC and EDC cell, my sincere thanks to our Secretary, Sir, Professor K. Mutyam Reddy Garu, and our beloved Principal, Ma'am, Professor M. Sumakant Garu. And my special thanks to Dr. Sudha Parimala, HOD, Pharmacognosy Department. And I thank Anushri, Assistant Professor, and Harshini, Assistant Professor, for their support. And I thank Registration Committee, Dr. MP Kusma Madam and Safura for their continuous support. And I thank each and every person for making it successful. And have a nice day. Thank you, one and all. Stay safe. Stay home.
Right, thank you. Can we close the session?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much.